Greetings to everyone watching this video from Team OnBoardEasy. So this is a solution video towards the use case, which is to automate the formalities around the background check process, which is done for any new candidate that is joining a company. So before starting, I will be introducing my team. That is me, Piyush Agarwal, Vikram Singh, and Manish Chauhan. We all three have collaborated together and created this use case. So the use case consists of it's basically to ease the work of an onboarding manager. So in general, as an onboarding manager, I would be taking his role. So I would be receiving an Excel file, something like this, which consists of the data of each and every candidate. There could be 100, 200, thousands of candidates who are joining our company. Now, from this Excel sheet, the two things that are mainly required are name of the candidate and the email, because the aim of the bot is to send the required documents and information to each of the candidate so they have a better understanding, a better view of what is going to happen next. And the most of the important thing is to receive an undertaking from each candidate that they allow us, they approve with the company policies to initiate the background check of them for any kind of, to check if there is any criminal record or any kind of illegal activities at their end, to make sure that after post joining there won't be any kind of issues with the company policies. So the usual process used to be that as a manager, I would send an email to each of the candidate and wait for their undertaking. And so basically, I would be monitoring the particular mails, my mails for the from each and every candidate on daily basis, which was a very difficult task. Now, the how the process is automated. On my OneDrive, I have a folder called Joining Documents, in which I can store any number of documents that I want to mail to any candidate. And there is a file called undertaking.txt. So this particular file is the content that I want to receive from each candidate for the company formalities. So like here it is written that I hereby give my authorization. So it could be any kind of content like I hereby authorize the company to initiate my background check for to check that to ensure I'm ensuring that I'm not illegally involved in any activity. So something like that. Now, uh, and now what I do next is I need to upload that Excel file over here, and the bot will start itself. Before doing that, I like to show the things that we have integrated. So we have used basically the UiPath integration service for this use case. We have connected Microsoft OneDrive and SharePoint connector with the UiPath and created a trigger that whenever a new file is uploaded to the Microsoft OneDrive, then the bot should trigger itself. And this bot is also supposed to run on a schedule basis. Like there would be two triggers, one through the integration service and second through a time-based schedule, so that trigger based will send all the required mails to each of the candidates where whenever a new file is uploaded, whereas the schedule based trigger will check for all the confirmations mails from the candidates, or if they have not send any mail within next 5 days from the date of sending, then the bot will also send a reminder mail to each candidate. And this reminder mail process will continue until the file is removed from the SharePoint or the date has passed, the last date of submission of the details. So now I will just start the process. I will go to OneDrive and upload the batch file. So this is my batch.xlsx. I will upload it. Now the integration service checks for any kind of update in my OneDrive for every 5 minutes. So in within 5 minutes, the bot will run itself. So now the bot has itself being triggered through the UiPath integration service, as you can see in the taskbar. Now let's check the logs of the bot. So the bot has detected the object ID which is received through the integration service. This object ID is always set by the integration service and cannot be set manually. So and there is an asset ID which is currently hyphen. The first time when the bot was run, we just enter any hyphen, any space or any character, because this asset ID will be updated once a new file is uploaded to the orchestrator. Sorry, one right. So the new file is uploaded. Now the bot has checked for the three attachments, set the asset ID, and as you can see in the taskbar, it is also reading the Excel file for the data. So there are three attachments which are supposed to be mailed, and there are three entries to be processed. Now bot has started to send the mails. So our transactions are complete. Through the logs, you can see that the bot has started the process and it is sending the documents and the undertaking to each of the candidate, which has been done successfully. This is also a log of like what is the current status of the bot. I will just show you into the Excel. So as an onboarding manager, instead of going to the orchestrator and checking for each things, I can simply look into the same Excel that I had uploaded to the orchestrator. Here I have got another new columns have been added by the bot, which is one bot status. What is the status for each of the candidate? It says that the mail is sent and now awaiting for the confirmation. It also says that when the bot has sent the mail, which is 2nd of Feb 2022, that is the date, current date. So this was the first part of the our solution. Now the second thing comes is I want to check if the user has replied back or not. So I will just check my mail. Here I have received the mail from the user from the basically my onboarding manager. Now it has a good view of what are the details. It is also specifically towards me, dear Piyush Agarwal. So unlike the usual mails which are towards a dear candidate, and it would be more specific and more attractive to a customer or candidate, it is going to be used in many scenarios. So now the main motto is that I need to send an undertaking back, which is like undertaking document mandatory to be sent to the HR as an email. Copy paste the content in the body of your mail. Okay, so here is the content. I will just open and now I will copy this and reply back with this mail. That is sent. So my mail has been sent. Now let me show you that as well. I will open my Outlook. Just assume this Outlook is of the onboarding manager who would be receiving the confirmation. Okay, the mail is here. Now let's rerun the bot. So the next time the bot would run, it would be through a schedule based trigger. So instead of that, I will just run manually for now. I will just simply start the bot. Now the next task of the bot is to again check for from the Excel to whom it has already sent the mails and if they have replied back or not. So basically the first time when it accessed this Excel, that was through the object ID given through the integration service trigger. But this time it will use the asset orchestrator asset, which has the same asset ID to access this file. So now as it says, the asset ID is this, it is processing the old file, which has basically a file on which bot has already worked on. So bot has again downloaded the Excel and is reading the Excel part. So there are 3 rows to process. Now, instead of sending documents and undertaking, now it says checking for the confirmation mail from the transaction 0. So it says received reply from the user and correct undertaking received. So bot also validates if the undertaking sent by a user is proper or not. So the transaction is again successful. Now let's again check the file. What is the current now next update by the bot? So I will just expand the D column again. Now for the first entry from which the mail has been received, it says mail sent and confirmation is received as well, while it is same for the rest of the two. No, now another feature of our bot is really full of the features. We have tried to inbuild as many things as possible. Now let's say an incorrect undertaking is sent by the user, then what will happen? And one more thing, here this undertaking received successfully is also sent to the candidate. So I also, as a candidate, I would also know that my message has been received successfully or not. That really gives an assurance that it has not been missed and we are on the right track. Now I will open my another email. So this time I am going to send an incorrect undertaking. Here, let me open this. And this time I will reply and give my authorization, which is not exactly the same as this one, and send. Okay, the undertaking has been sent again, but this time it was incorrect. Now let's check if we have received the mail. And while doing that, we will also run the process again. So mail is here. Now I will rerun the process. So this, in this second scenario, what is supposed to validate if the undertaking is sent, but is it actually correct? Because undertaking should not be manipulated in any manner. So the bot has restarted again. It will do the same process, all those things again. It will use the orchestrator asset ID, and it will check that download the files and excels, read through each of the entries. So for the first entry, the employee has already sent the confirmation. There is nothing to do. For the first transaction, checking for confirmation mail, received reply from the user, but the undertaking statement is not same. Okay. So process finished, correct and received false. And for the second, it has not received any kind of transaction. Now let's see what is the next process. I will just open the Excel. Let's expand the D column again. So this looks exactly the same. Yes, that's how it should be. From an onboarding manager, the mail has been sent. Now, but could have happened to the user? How would he know that he or she has sent an incorrect mail? So I will again open the Gmail account. So I have received another reply back. Undertaking sent by you is not proper. Please copy paste from the test document. So that is the next feature of a bot. It will tell the candidate that, sorry, you have not given a proper authorization and you are supposed to resend it. So let's, now this time we will copy paste the exact content and send back to the manager. I will reply over this mail and send. And there is one more feature in a bot, the reminder mail. So if the date, the send date is great, less than 5 days, basically if for example today is 7th of Feb and the mail was sent on 2nd Feb, then there is a gap of 5 days and the candidate has not yet sent in confirmation to us. So bot will also check this and send a reminder mail back to the user. So for just for the sake of testing for this demo, I will set the mail send date manually to a 5 to 6 days back. So that would be around, let's check. I will go back 1 month and let's say I will just say it's 27th of January. So let's try and set it as 27th. Now let's save it. Now again, final time, this is the final run of the bot. I will rerun the process, and For the confirmation, I will just check once if the user has really sent the mail has been received from the email or not. Okay, it has not yet received. So I will, okay, now it's here. Now let's start the process. So this time, what bot should do? It should again do the same processes again and again, but it will mark and confirmation for the second candidate. And since the third candidate is late by 5 days, it will resend the mail, a reminder mail to that candidate, and will ensure that he is able to check the mail again. So then it will again wait for next 5 days for each user whoever has not sent the mail, and will make always send a reminder mail until the last day. So all the work of the onboarding manager has been done by a single bot, and the resources are utilized less. Now, as an onboarding manager, the only thing I need to focus in this particular process is to help with the other queries of any candidate that I have got so much time to help them with those queries instead of focusing on this mundane task. So that was all, guys, for this particular for our session. So this was the solution that we have come up with. Hope you have liked our solution. So now, as you can see, for the third run, our third scenario, what happened? It has when it was checking for this first second user, it says that request received a reply from the user, and this time the undertaking is correct. For the second, the last email, it says that the reminder is sent, documents, and undertaking. Now, let me just do a final refresh, and our bot has successfully ended with a new status updated. So let's check the file again. So this way, as an onboarding manager, I won't have to keep monitoring the same things. I can just upload the Excel file on the first day, and probably if I am whenever I am free, I can come over to the OneDrive and check what is the current status of everything. So now it has updated that when the mail has been sent and what is the current status of each candidate. So that was our idea towards the use case. Hope you liked our particular solution for this problem, and we are hoping to win this hackathon. Thank you.